Dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining one more publication of Latin NCAP Phase 10 of results. In this case, is the fourth publication for Phase 10, and as usual, we're going to start with the video in order to show you the vehicles that we have tested for this phase. And this publication is the Toyota Etios sedan and hatchback, 2 airbag standard, and the Fiat Argo or Kronos. Argo's hatchback and Kronos is the sedan version produced in Argentina and Brazil. Toyota Etios made in Brazil and the Fiat Argo Kronos made in Brazil and Argentina. The first result is for the Etios hatchback and sedan. 2 airbags as standard is 4 stars for adults and 4 stars for child occupant protection. In this vehicle you can see the color dummies. We are now going to watch the frontal crash test at real speed. This is frontal crash at real speed, and now in slow motion. The car structure of the car was rated as unstable. Some spot weld detachments and deformations on the A-pillar. The seat belts, pretensioners, airbags worked really well to offer adequate to marginal, and in some cases protection to the adult occupants, and good neck and head protection. In terms of the child occupants, it's important to highlight that this vehicle installed both child dummies facing rearwards, and in both of their cases with isofix connectors and the support leg. And this was actually, this is what it's worldwide recommended as the safest position, and even in 3-year-old dummies, and the result was clearly shown in this test. We're now watching the side impact of the Toyota Etios. The Toyota Etios doesn't have side airbags, still though the protection offered to the adults in the chest was marginal, and in the case of the child occupants, absolute full protection on the side impact in both child dummies, as just explained, both rearward facing. The intrusion in the side impact structure is not very much, and that actually is compared to other competitors a difference. However, we expected in this car more protection. We're watching now the ESC movie. ESC system worked probably well for this car in order to warranty the 4 stars for adults and 4 stars for child occupant protection. Now we're going to the Fiat Argo Kronos. 3 stars for adults, 4 stars for child occupant protection, and it's important to highlight the weak protection in the chest on the side impact of the adults. We're now watching the movie frontal crash test at real speed of the Argo, the sedan version. The structure was rated as unstable. Airbags, seatbelts and pretensioners worked well to offer good, adequate protection to the chest, good head and neck protection for both adults. Child occupants were both of them installed using the isofix connectors. They're 3-year-old forward facing and 1.5-year-old rearward facing, as we are watching now. Protection was also very good, however not exactly the full points, but very good protection for both child occupants. And this car, as explained, has a standard isofix connectors for the rear occupants. We're now watching the side impact test of this car. It's done in the hatchback version called Argo. Argo doesn't have side airbags as a standard. Still though, the protection offered in the chest of the adult occupant was weak, as mentioned. In terms of the child occupants and the side impact protection, the protection offered to those occupants was good, full protection. Also intrusion is not that much, also an improvement in some of comparing this car to other competitors tested a bit earlier in time a few years ago. Summary of results: Toyota Etios hatchback and sedan, 2 airbags as standard, ESC standard, 4 stars adults, 4 stars child occupant protection. In this car the structure was rated as unstable, even though the systems, the restraint systems, worked well to offer good biomechanical protection to its occupants. The car, the Toyota Etios, offers ESC as standard and tested. Those systems, the ESC system worked well in order to achieve the points and requirements for the adult occupant protection. The Etios sedan offers seatbelt reminders in both front seats, and it's also to highlight the decision of Toyota, also in other models tested this year, like the RAV4, to install both child occupants rearward facing, which is the latest recommendation worldwide in order to improve child occupant protection with ISOFIX, and they got full points for their child occupant protection in dynamics. We're now going to the Fiat Argo Kronos, 2 airbags as standard. This car, also the structure was rated as unstable. However, the protection offered, biomechanically speaking, offered to the adult occupants was good, adequate to good. It's important to say also that this car does not offer seatbelt reminder for the passenger side, and in that scenario, that's also limiting the star rating for this vehicle. Also the Argo and Kronos offer ESC as optional, but not in the volume that it's required by Latin NCAP in order to consider those the scoring of the ESC system. In terms of the child occupants, also very good protection overall. In the front and the side impact as well for the child occupants. In both cases, Toyota Etios and Fiat Argo, they lost some points on what we call is the marking of the ISOFIX connectors, and also what it's called in terms of warning of rearward facing seats in the front passenger seat, in terms of warning people not to do it, or they're disabling the passenger airbag. Those in both cars, this item actually made them lose some points in child occupant protection. In any case, good child occupant protection in both cases. Also average to acceptable adult occupant protection in general. This was the fourth publication of phase 10. We hope to see you soon in a new publication in about 8 weeks or less. Before we say goodbye, we would like to thank very much to our supporters: Bloomberg Philanthropies, Global NCAP, FIA Foundation, ICRT, and the IADB. Thanks to all of them. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been possible. We wouldn't have been able to keep testing cars without their support. Thank you so much to you for following us, and we hope to see you soon, once again, as we said, in less than 8 weeks. Till next time.